Devlin.
That is a disgusting act.
The Platform.
Jason Holland, Hurricanes coach, joins us and soon to be part of that All Black coaching group. Congratulations on that again, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Crusaders at home. Now, we haven't played them this year, of course, and how much of a must-win match is this? Or is this what you're thinking with this match?
Yeah, look, it is a must-win, a must-perform match for us to... we sort of don't know. It's uncontrollable as to what happens after this around home quarter final or not. But regardless of that, we need to perform well and take some momentum into those quarterfinals.
Jason, what is the difference that you see between beating a side like the Crusaders? Because what we haven't managed to do this year is beat these top New Zealand teams, the Blues and the Chiefs, and we haven't, as I said, haven't played the Crusaders. But what is it going to take to just get that little bit extra?
Yeah, it's a good question because it's something that we've been talking around for a couple of weeks around, and not necessarily just those New Zealand teams, just knockout rugby around little moments. I suppose in the last couple of weeks we've done some really good stuff, but then we gift the opposition points, and against the Crusaders, the Chiefs, or whoever those teams you come up and knock out footy, you're going to get hurt for that. So I suppose it's around playing our game, sticking to our DNA around how we're going to play, but making sure we don't gift points or field position or territory to opposition, and have to make sure teams work for points against us. So that's been a big thing that we're working away at over the last few weeks.
So is it just about moments, is it? And it's about just seizing those particular things. I know you talk about 1% of things in the game. Does it really come down to that in matches like this?
Yeah, it does, but it sort of makes me laugh sometimes when people talk around the big moments because you don't actually know they're a big moment until they've actually happened. So
exactly right.
The mindset needs to be that what's my next job and how do I do that straight away and make sure that when I look back in the review I say, I nailed my job, and then that became a big moment for us. So that's how we look at it, and it is. It's those little moments where you can score 7 at the other end or the opposition score. So there's lots of those little moments.
Is it trying to get an 80-minute total performance together? I know it's such an imperfect game, and it's one of the hardest things ever to think, we played really well for 80 minutes. So how do you kind of ration that as well?
Yeah, look, it is. It's talk around the 80-minute game, and the reality is you're going to be under pressure for parts of the game, and I'm not sure how many teams have played 80 minutes without an error, but it's about making sure you minimise everything that happens there around, as I say, gifts of territory, gifts of possession, and gifts of sort of pressure release. So, yeah, look, you're striving for 80 minutes, but look, you just got to be able to ride the moments where you're not on top, but make sure that you're not giving real gifts to the opposition is the way I look at it. Jason
Holland, Hurricanes coach with us. Is this finals footy as far as you're concerned from this match on?
Yeah, mate, and I think from last week on, like the Blues game, that's the way we approached it, and we didn't get over the line, obviously, and this is another week where we need to understand that, our mindset needs to be that in our life and our season depends on it. So that's the way we're looking at it going forward.
Jason, how do you deliver that message to the players, or do you have to deliver that, or they just know anyway?
Yeah, they know. We obviously, we obviously need to teach and help boys understand around the moments that we talked around earlier. But the boys definitely, we've got some pretty good leaders who understand and really ramp it up coming this time of year. And ramping it up probably doesn't mean doing more or putting more into your game. It just means sort of narrowing down on the key one of two key things you think you need to do to win big games, and our leaders are really understanding that and driving that at the moment, which is great.
I go back to beating the Brumbies, and what a great performance that was. However, 3 of the last 4 have been lost. Do you look backwards or do you only look forwards?
Oh no, mate! We got to. Like we're looking as coaches, we're going over all our possibilities around who we could play, and we look back at that Brumbies game. We look back at our Blues game from last week, and we make sure that we've learnt what are the things we need to consider around our strengths and how we stay in the game. But look, mate, it's all around the next Monday really, and I know people talk around that when it comes finals day, but it's making sure we're doing everything we can to have no sort of no ifs or buts on a Monday morning around what we do, because
get sentimental at all? Does that come into this at all? The fact that you're leaving and this is your last couple of games. I actually don't find myself getting sentimental around
around individuals, I sort of get back and get a little bit sentimental around looking at some of the effort that's gone into this season. We actually talked a little bit around it earlier in the week around look what we've done together, look where we've come, and those sorts of things. So I'm a bit of a reflect as where the groups come, and don't get too carried away with individuals. But there's a hell of a lot of other individuals who've got a lot to play for in the Hurricanes jersey, who may be there last year. So I just want to keep the process focused and make sure we give ourselves every opportunity to do what we all want to do.
I've asked you that question because I know that when we spoke last time, I said, that obviously you put foundations in place, and Clark's come along, he's going to be the new coach and everything, but you also said that you wanted those boys who were the assistant coaches to stay, to keep that continuity going. Is that still important to you?
Yeah, I do. I think we've made, especially in the last 18 months, I reckon we've made really good inroads as to what we're about, and maybe we up until now we've been mixed with our results. We've had some really good performances, really average ones, but I think the foundations are in place for, as I say, with our key leaders, with the guys that have been at the Hurricanes for 3 or 4 years and are now stepping up, and our management are the same. I think we've got a really good management group. I'd love to see them go forward with Clarkie, and I know Clarkie's got a pretty similar mindset to me around the game, so I see no reason why that can't be successful.
And you're up against the new boss coming this weekend, mate. Might be good bragging rights too. Okay, you don't know everything, fella,
No, mate, no, too humble for bragging, mate. But it'd be nice to when we play the Crusaders, mate. We always like to get, you always want to compete. You always want to get a result, and it's a big one for us. But I think this whole next 3 or 4 weeks is more about what the Hurricanes are about and what we do, rather than whether it's the Crusaders or Brumbies or Blues or Chiefs or whoever it may be we play against.
Genuinely wish you all the best, and always appreciate every time you come on the show, mate. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Martin. Cheers, bud.
Always good to talk to you, mate. Hurricanes coach Jason Holland with us, soon to be part of the All Blacks setup.